Hi YouTubers, Let Me Cat 5 here, featuring Tyler Siegfried, or what the fuck is your YouTube name?
That's my YouTube name.
It's Tyler Siegfried. She does whisper videos. You want to do some whispering for him?
No.
Okay. But that's what her YouTube channel does. I know a lot of you guys, apparently it's a real popular thing right now. I've never heard of them. Yeah, I've never heard of them, but, you know. Anyways, apologies for not finishing my review on Kevin Smith's whole career. I will continue that once I get a few more reviews out there so that you guys can be satisfied with some videos, because I feel like I haven't been putting them out lately. She made me feel bad for not putting out any videos, actually, which is why I'm doing this. So, we would like to review for you, though, Hidden Figures, which is a really good movie. It's in theaters right now. It's about 3 black women who made history. And, obviously the reason why it's called Hidden Figures is because these women aren't really they're well known in their field of work, I suppose, but not to everyone around us. Like, I didn't know who Mary Jackson was. I mean, you probably didn't know you probably had never even heard of any of those women either. But these women were not only women in the NASA space program in the 60s, but they were also black. So not only did they have to deal with the segregation of being a woman, they had to deal with the segregation of being black as well, which this movie really showed. I mean, it kind of reminded me of The Help, but a way more...
intensified.
Right, like, it was more intensified. Like, they really pumped up, like, how bad segregation was back then, and it was terrible. I mean, a lady got kicked out of a library because she was colored. All because she wanted a book.
She stole it, though.
I mean, which I would have done, too. She pays taxes. She paid for that fucking book. She would have returned it if they would have just let her check it out. I mean, now in society, we look back at it and we're like, that's so stupid. Back then, and if you're a white person, you gotta think about this. Your ancestors used to treat those people like shit for no reason. Besides color of your skin. And if you're still a racist, then fuck you. You shouldn't be. There's no reason for it. There's no room for it in society. You might as well go back to the 1900s, wherever the fuck you're from, and jump off a cliff. That's how I feel about racists. I just don't chill with them. I'm chilled with all colors, not just the one.
Yeah, and some people that were alive then, I mean, they're still alive now, so they bring that with them into our new generations.
And really, we just need the new generation to speak up and be like, that's wrong, and it's not right. It's not okay. But anyways, this movie was very good. It was kind of emotional here and there. It also had some romance.
Let me cry.
I did cry. I cried a lot. I was going to watch Collateral Beauty, which would have made me cry even more, but they didn't have it playing in theaters, and it made me really depressed. But if you're looking for a historical movie that really puts segregation to light and how bad it was back then, this is the movie for you. Or, you know, even if you just want to see Kevin Costner be a badass, or...
He was really good in the movie.
Oh yeah, he was fantastic. He was actually, what I like to say, as a non-racist back then. Or was portrayed as what a non-racist was.
And he was pretty cute. Like, for an older guy, I was like...
Well, any of you ladies who are a Kevin Costner fan know that feeling. But he's pretty cute, but... I mean, I really love the point of the movie. I love the historical part about it. I loved how these women rallied to get what they wanted. This one woman went to court and she said, "Judge, I want to be an engineer, but I can't be an engineer because the only classes that are available to me that would allow me to be are in white schools, and I'm black. I can't change the color of my skin, but I can try and be the first." Which, you know, back then, a lot of black people who went out and... you know, what's the way to put it? Went out there and went after their dreams.
Fought for what they wanted.
Right, for those who fought what they wanted were the first. And it was sad because there shouldn't have been a first. And there certainly shouldn't be a last. It should have just, but that's how society was back then. We can't change it, we can only do better. But it was a pretty good movie. It had, Minnie from The Help. I don't know the actress's name. Octavia, I think is her first name. She was in it. She was gunning for supervisor for a supervisor position this whole freaking movie because she was doing the work but not getting the pay or the title. And yes, it was because she was black. Don't let the movie fool you. Don't let that white bitch in it fool you. It was because she was black. She can say everything she wanted to be about, oh, I just want to be fair to everybody. No, you're moving the finish line. But if you really want to get a good look at what the movie's about, the previews show what it's about really well. But there is more to it. There is more to the story, and it is a gorgeous story, and it should be watched. And I highly recommend it for those of you who are like me and have an open mind and want to see that kind of history.
And it was really great to see the actors in the movie because, I mean, it's based on true events, but not exactly how it was. But just how they portrayed, like, the astronauts and stuff, like, showing respect for, like, these women, even though they were black. It was pretty great.
Like, this one astronaut straight up was like, but we're not finished shaking everyone's hand then, and then motioned over to the Negro women, because all the rest of the astronauts shook all the pretty white ladies' hands, but none of them dared go near the colored people. Why? What was the point? But that guy actually stood up and said, no, we're not done shaking hands yet. I'm going to meet these women. I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to congratulate them for their work at NASA. Which, you know, the one black woman there was actually the only one that could do the fucking math to launch this guy into space. And get him back down. The only one. And he was not going up in that spacecraft without her clearance of, yes, the math is right. Which, it just really shows you that it's about people's hearts and minds. Not the color of their skin. And not what they look like or anything or where they're from. It's simply about their brains. So, Tyler, any more thoughts on the movie?
No, I mean, I just think that it's a really great movie that everyone should go see.
And it's got a great, I mean, it is a true story, but you know how they mean true story. Like, it's not exactly how stuff happened, probably, but those women did live, they did do those things, but maybe that's not necessarily how it happened.
Yeah, like, not like the Titanic, where, like, those people were actually fake. That made me mad, but that's a different video.
Yeah, but, I would like to say, though, another person that was in this movie that first was a real asshole was Sheldon. And I think I know why they picked him for the part, too, because a lot of the time, I mean, he was playing kind of the white racist, really, like, you know, the general public back then, and he was just being a real douche. But near the end, he got the bitch a cup of coffee. Mm-hmm. Like, he was
her assistant.
Right, like, he finally decided to share the work with her and give her the reward of letting people know she also helped. Mm-hmm. Which is good, you know, it's good. Share your fucking work, especially if they're doing most of the work, not you. Like, that's just ridiculous. And typing up the report, like, come on now. But yeah, great movie. Go see it. It's very much the same attitude and aura as The Help, so if you like that, you'll love this. So, thank you, Homie G's. Thank you, Tyler, for being a featurette in this video or whatever.
You're welcome.
Peace out, Homie G's.